My good people, my good people. Hello, world. I'd like to welcome you guys back to the show that's hot with your boy Rob Scott. This is Rob's Two Cents, baby. What's going on, everybody? Hope you feeling good. I know you like, man, Rob, didn't I just see you not too long ago? I know, I know. But I gotta let y'all know, I told y'all once the NBA season was starting back up, y'all was gonna start seeing your boy twice a week. And the NBA season is here, and it's time that you guys start to see your boy a little bit more because we have so much to talk about. Got some exciting things going on. We had the season kickoff Tuesday night. We saw the Lakers go against the Nuggets. We saw the Warriors go against the New Look Suns without Bradley Beal, who has already had a back injury. I don't know what's his timetable. I think he might be expected to play tonight. We'll wait and see. But they're just saying that it's nothing serious, but they want to just take their time with him. We also saw some great games yesterday. I mean, we gonna dive right into it, and then also, as you know, we have the Bucks going against Philly right now in the Bucks season debut. We get to see Damian Lillard and Giannis for the first time together and see how that dynamic is going to work. And right now, it's working. Uh, Philly was keeping up at first, but Dame said enough is enough, and he started to get money. Dame said enough is enough. It's time to give Bucks. That's a bar. I got a copy right there. And then we're gonna see Phoenix going against the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 2. Also, we have some exciting games going on in football tonight as Buffalo trying to get back on winning track, going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight. So it's a lot to get into. We're gonna keep it basketball for right now. We gonna talk that talk. We're gonna walk that walk. So as I always say, kick your feet up. Get your seat back, grab you a little something to drink. Tune in for the hottest sports conversation in the nation. This is Rob's Two Cents, and we got to talk about the season opener. We got to talk about the Lakers going against the Denver Nuggets. Now, remember that was ring night for Denver. They got to open up the season in their hometown at Denver, and those rings look nice. I wish I had got an image of those rings, man. Those rings look very, very nice. And it was great to see a banner being hung up in Denver for the first time. You know, uh, they're now a franchise. They now move away from franchises that no longer have rings. So it was great to see for Denver. I was excited to see the new look Los Angeles Lakers. As we know, they gave AD this max contract. They gave they gave extension to Hachimura. You still have Austin Reeves. You bring in a Christian Wood. You bring in a Gabe Vincent. So we were excited to see what this Lakers squad was going to look like. And then in the beginning, they were looking pretty good. I think they played pretty well. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to send this off to myself. Yeah, I think they played pretty well. And for the most part, early in the game, it looked like the Lakers were going to put up a fight. But let's just end this debate right now. I don't know how ESPN came up with a top 10 list and not have Jokic as the best player in the league. I simply don't understand that because what Jokic was able to do against Anthony Davis was crazy. I mean, Jokic put up buckets. Let's talk about it real quick. Let's look at the box score. Jokic already starting the year off right with a triple double, 12 or 22 from the field, 29 points, 13 rebounds, including 3 offensive, 11 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Simply doing it everywhere. The man looked unstoppable. Nothing AD did. AD put up no force against Jokic. Jokic clearly acted like AD wasn't even in the paint area, and it was crazy. AD started off the game pretty good. As I was watching the game, I thought to myself, this is the Anthony Davis that the Los Angeles Lakers paid for. This is the guy that deserves a max contract. Had 17 first half points. Looked absolutely amazing in the first half. And then the second half came around and AD disappeared. Now, I don't want to hear any nonsense of maybe the coach wasn't calling plays for him. or maybe the guys out there on the court didn't give him the ball enough. Let me tell you guys something. As a star player, as the man of the team, because LeBron James has had these conversations with Anthony Davis, I'm pretty sure privately, and he damn sure has done it publicly. LeBron James has told Anthony Davis, bruh, I'm in year 21. I need you to be the star of this team. I need you to go out there and dominate like you used to do in New Orleans. I want to be your Robin. I no longer have the desire to be Batman anymore. I'm an old ass man in NBA years. I'm 38 going on 39 in December. I'm really sticking around to play with my sons to make history. I want to win a ring. I want to be competitive. But you're going to have the bulk of the weight on your shoulders. And it seemed like that weight is too heavy for AD because he laid a stinker in the second half. Neil in the second half. Zero. No points. Donut hole. I said, where AD go? Speaking on a personal level, I was so pissed because I had AD on my ticket. Something told me AD wasn't going to score that many points. I put the man down for 17 and a half points. He scored 17 in the first half, mind you. I'm like, I got this in the bag. Damn, I should have put AD for 30. And the man scored 0 points in the second half. I said, this can't be real. This can't be real. This got to be an illusion because we know what Anthony Davis used to do in New Orleans. We know what Anthony Davis did in the bubble. For some reason, for some strange reason, his motor does not run good at all. I mean, we talk about players who dominate. You know, look at a guy like Russell Westbrook. Look at a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo. We're talking about guys that don't cheat the game. We're talking about guys that motor runs on 110%. And then we look at Anthony Davis, who has all the skill in the world, who you know, was blessed to be 7 feet tall, was blessed to have the shooting ability, was blessed to be a defender. Right now, we should be talking about Anthony Davis in both conversations of MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. That's how talented this brother is. You know, it is a shame that his motor does not run good. His motor stops. It's like he has to be motivated to play. And I'm like, you're playing the NBA champions. You did all this talking about how you guys couldn't wait to see Denver because of what the comments that Coach Mike Malone made, saying that they were your daddy, saying that, you know, the Denver owns the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, we know that you guys got swept last year in the Western Conference Finals. One would think, let me go out here and show these boys we ain't nothing to be played with. And Jokic came out there like business as usual. If you guys seen me Tuesday, I was talking about Joker before the game had finished. And my statement was accurate. The Joker went home in his home country of Serbia. He went to go party. He went to go drink. Hell, he might have been chiefing a little bit while he was out there. The man was racing horses. The man was not ready to come back to the States to work. But once the NBA season started, he flew his ass back over here to America. He clocked in at his job, and he proceeded to get down on the Los Angeles Lakers with no problem. He makes it look so effortless. He makes it look so easy. Joker out there he has to be probably one of the most unathletic centers I've ever seen in my life. Yet he does things that I've seen no center ever be able to do. He controls the pace of the game. He can bang down low with the bigs. He can sit up top of the perimeter with the small guys. And he can simply light it up. And he has one of the best court visions I've ever seen. The Joker is the real deal. And the way that the Denver Nuggets looked yesterday, I know I'm giving a lot of attention to the Joker, but let's talk about Jamal Murray. Everybody thought that was a fluke in the bubble. Remember when him and Donovan Mitchell was going back-to-back, 50-point games here, 50-point games there. These guys went to a 7-game series, simply dominated each other. And then he went on to have a great series against the Lakers. Jamal Murray ain't no fluke, damn it. Jamal Murray is for real. He out there talking his mess, you know, laughing and joking with Coach Malone, saying that this is your fault that you got this crowd out here screaming that we the Lakers daddy. And he was out there looking like the Lakers daddy. No homo. The guy was simply getting any shot that he wanted, The pick and roll game with him and the Joker worked to perfection. You know, as a coach, if I'm Mike Malone, I'm happy that I got a team. I don't really have to coach like that. Just get a ball to Joker, and he gonna get everybody in the right position. I thought that this Denver Nuggets team was gonna look different, due to the fact that Bruce Brown is gone off that bench. He was a huge contributor to that championship run last year. But these guys get better. I think you got Reggie Jackson now. He hit a step back three on LeBron. I mean, it's just like Denver looks like the most perfect team in the NBA. They are definitely the most complete team in the NBA. And I don't know who's going to be able to beat the Denver Nuggets. And we move on to that second game. We saw Golden State go against Phoenix. And as I mentioned, Golden State without Draymond, Phoenix without Bradley Beal. And it was a good game to me. Honestly, I think Devin Booker had a conversation with Bradley Beal, with Kevin Durant, and he let them know, I appreciate you guys for coming to play with me. I appreciate you having your talents on this team. But let's get one thing straight. This is my damn team. And Devin Booker looked like that was his damn team. I mean, I hate to say this because when you get compared to somebody of the name that I'm about to mention, you have to be great. But I think Devin Booker is great. Are we seeing the second coming of Kobe Bryant? The intensity that this guy has, the way that he's able to get to any spot on the floor. He has a great post game. The three ball is amazing. I think he shoots the three way better than Kobe did at that stage of his career. I'm telling you guys something right now. Devin Booker want all the smoke. See, KD is timid. We know what and no offense to KD, but KD is timid. He didn't want no problems with Russell Westbrook. He said, I know I'm the best person on this team, but Westbrook want to control the ball. He want to control what happens with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm going to let him do it. And then he gets to the Golden State Warriors. He wanted to take over, but Golden State fans let him know, no, brother, this is Steph's team, and this will always be Steph's team. And as great as you are, Steph runs Golden State. And then he went to Brooklyn, and Kyrie dictated everything. Kyrie was like, hey, let's not go to the Knicks. Let's go to the Nets. I'm not going to take no vaccine. Y'all guys on your own. I mean, it was KD. He just doesn't speak up. So now he comes to Phoenix, and Devin Booker says, no, don't worry, KD. I know you don't want that smoke, but I want it all. And Devin Booker proceeded to go out there like he had a personal grudge against the Golden State Warriors. I was like, damn. I love Golden State. And that's the team I'm still riding for. Unlike some of you bandwagon hopping fans, everybody Milwaukee fans all of a sudden, everybody Denver fans all of a sudden, everybody Los Angeles Lakers fans all of a sudden. This is what I'm saying. I'm still gonna ride with Golden State, but you can't deny greatness when you see it right in front of your face. And Devin Booker gonna be one of them. He is one of them. And you know what? The game came down to the wire. Steph Curry, none of the Golden State Warriors really shot well from the field. Klay Thompson, I don't know what he has to do. I think he needs to go have a kumbaya moment with himself. Maybe he needs to go holler at Aaron Rodgers and go smoke some Iniwasa in the mountains or something and get back to himself. Because Clay Day, right now they screaming Mayday for Clay Day. It's just not working for him. The man used to be one of the better two-way players on the court, and now he can't defend nobody. He can't knock down no shots. I'm like, what are you here for? Clay looks very timid, and somebody needs to tell Steve Kerr. I love Chris Paul. I'm a huge CP3 fan, but playing him in the starting lineup with Steph Curry and them boys, it's just not gonna work. We saw the ball slow down. We saw the pace of the game slow down. Chris Paul likes to dribble the ball and wait until his guys get open. And he's going to still get the same amount of assists. But I think he'll be more better served on that second unit. I just don't like him in that starting unit. I think Golden State will be fine once Draymond comes back because, Draymond ain't afraid. We saw what he told KD to his face on national TV. And we see how Draymond, he wants all the smoke too from everybody. I don't think he's going to have a problem telling Chris Paul, hey, bro, I'm going to need you to go off the bench. I'm the playmaker on this starting lineup. And then and you could tell Steph Curry was very frustrated at the end of the game. He even said a statement I've never heard Steph say, and I don't think he was pointing fingers. He was just letting Steve Kerr, don't be afraid to make the tough decisions. Steph Curry was quoted saying, we're going to need our coach to coach us. And I'm assuming he's referring to. I understand Chris Paul is a Hall of Fame player, and he's gonna be and one of those guys that's right there in the thick of things when it's all said and done. Giving his acceptance award at the end of his illustrious career. But right now, Chris Paul in his starting lineup ain't the recipe, and he needs Steve Kerr to make that tough decision to say CP3, like many great players have done. Allen Iverson had to eventually go to the bench. Carmelo had to eventually go to the bench. Russell Westbrook has eventually had to go to the bench. Chris Paul, you're gonna have to go to the bench because we don't need you slowing us down. People are called. I heard Charles Barkley joking and saying that the Warriors are old. Them boys still can play. You just need to play the right way and play in the right system. I like that boy Moody. I think Moody is going to develop to be a stud in this league. The boy got the three ball. The boy got some defense. Hey, in a minute, I'm almost thinking, hey, start Moody over Clay and have Clay come off the bench. I know that's not a popular decision, everybody. But hell, if Clay can't knock down open threes, what the hell are you good for? I'm going to need you to go out the bench. Frankie, what's up, baby? I appreciate you for joining in. Say, Lakers about to show why KD is a true bum. I ain't mad at you for that statement. He said no Booker and no Bill. Oh, so Devin Booker's not playing tonight either. KD might be in trouble. I appreciate that information, Frankie. He said KD is a loser, is a bum, and he's mad he's allowed to play on Team USA. Hey, I know you got a personal vendetta against KD. I understand. Hey, it is what it is. Let's go on to some other games, man. Yesterday was a jam-packed night. We saw 12 games being played last night. Man, I gotta first start off by talking about the man child. Zion Williamson, if he can stay healthy, it's ridiculous what this man can do. Let me show y'all this dunk that he performed. Pay attention to this. That's what you call skip through that lane. And Jesus, the man Jaren Jackson, remember, this was the defensive player of the year last year. This was the defensive player of the year. And Zion just, putting the monster jam on that man. This is why I love the game of basketball, y'all. Because I like to see people get embarrassed. I like to see people talk trash on the court. And Zion, he was playing timid at first. C.J. McCollum and Brandon Ingram was taking over the bulk of the scoring. And Zion said in the fourth quarter, give me the damn ball. You see, AD, that's what you got to do. When you're the man on your team, I don't care if your team not looking to give you the ball. You demand that ball. You just give me the ball and get the hell out of my way. That's what you do as a star player. That's what Zion did. Simply took their hearts out in the fourth quarter as the New Orleans Pelicans. They defeated the Memphis Grizzlies 111-104. Zion had a monster game, giving you 23 points, 7 rebounds, 3 dimes, 9 to 17 on the field. Not one 3-point made or one 3-point attempted. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Going to work, doing what you do best. I'm not going to sit up here and play outside of myself. I'm not going to come up here and chuck up a bunch of threes because that's what you want me to do. I'm going to go out here and get buckets. I'll let C.J. McCollum worry about that, who had 24 points, and he was 6 of 11 from the 3-point line. That's what you do. And remember, y'all, last year, before Zion got hurt, the Pelicans was in first place in the West. Let's not act like the Pelicans is not one of the scarier teams that we've seen out here right now. If Zion Williamson can stay healthy, if Brandon Ingram can stay healthy, I love what they have with C.J. McCollum. I love Valanciunas if he can stay healthy, being the big on this team. They got great guys coming off the bench. They got shooters. The Pelicans right now can't give Denver some go. Nobody can stop Zion. I'm looking like this guy. I'm talking to my boy John early on the phone, and I said, this dude Zion got to be one of the strongest dudes I've ever seen. He got to be strong because I'm watching the way that guys are bouncing off of this dude like a pinball machine. He just goes and he just moves guys out of his way. I mean, Derrick Rose used to have a similar type of game like that. Remember when he used to go in the lane and he'll just cradle the ball like a running back and just simply run over people? And that's when Stacey King was out here saying too big, too fast, too strong, too good. I mean, that's exactly what Zion is. He looks like he got his weight under control. The boy looked good out there physically. Pause, with all of the White House stuff going on. We got to be careful about what we say or what we do. I don't care what nobody do in their own time. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it over there. You know what I'm saying? That's all we saying over here. I'm not even gonna touch on that situation. But Zion is he's just an animal, man. I think the New Orleans Pelicans, like I said, if they can stay healthy, the sky's the limit for this team. Another team that the sky's possibly the limit for is the Oklahoma City Thunder, because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, remember Chris Paul went over there a couple of years ago. Everybody thought his career was over with, and I think he really had a great impact on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That Thunder team has been playing ever since, even after Chris Paul left and went to Phoenix. I just think SGA has really stepped up and become the man, not only on his team but in the league. Hell, even ESPN put him in the top 10 of the top NBA players right now. And SGA is just playing out of his mind. He put a 30-piece on our head. I'm sorry. I just, as a Chicago fan, it's like, what do I turn to? The Cubs suck. The Sox suck. The Bears, basura. And now the Bulls, we don't know. I think the Bulls are like the ugly middle child. Like I always say, it's time to break this team up. Because I'd rather be bad or I'd rather be good, but I don't want to be in the middle. Like, nobody likes to be in the middle. Like, you know what I'm saying? You like the Bulls are like that guy that gets picked over when people are picking up players to play on their pickup team. The Bulls are one of them guys that get overlooked and they just get picked up just because they're the only ones left on the court. You know what I mean? It's just bad right now for Chicago fans. But for Oklahoma City fans, they are loving it. You got that boy Chet over there. A lot of people are thinking it's going to come down to him and Wembanyama to win Rookie of the Year. And as I mentioned, SGA, 31 points. Look how efficient this guy was yesterday. He was 2 of 5 from the three-point line, 12 of 18 from the field, 31 points, 10 assists. 10 assists. This is from your shooting guard. 1 steal, 2 blocks. He did all of this in 36 minutes. That's what I'm saying. SGA came out there. The guy is just a natural professional scorer. If you put him for 25 on your FanDuel ticket, I promise you he going to hit that mark every time. SGA is a dog. As far as the Chicago Bulls go, I need to see more out of Zach LaVine. LaVine, you've had your problems. I know dealing with the whole DeMar DeRozan thing and you thinking that you're the max player that you think you are and that you should be the one with the ball in your hand in the fourth quarter and everything. I need you to show up. Before you start complaining about the touches that you're getting and things like that, I need you to show up. I need you to be there when it counts. You played so timid yesterday, Zach LaVine. I need you to be aggressive, go out there, demand the ball, and tell these guys to get out your way. You want to be the man, you got to show people that you the man, Zach. And until the Bulls get that situation figured out, we're going to be losing for a long time. Now, one positive thing I did take away as I was reading, Billy Donovan said that when he went to the locker room, the guys were already in the locker room having a heated conversation with each other, talking about what they can do to get better. And he asked them, do I need to mediate this conversation or you guys got it on your own? And they told Billy Donovan, get the hell out of here. You don't coach us anyway. So go ahead. We'll take care of this problem myself. And I like to hear that. I like to see that you got to hold yourselves accountable. You shouldn't have a coach having to motivate you. You should understand, I don't want to suck. If I'm a basketball player out there in the NBA, I don't care how much money I'm making. I want to win. If I'm going to play, I'm going to play to win. And that's how I need these guys to start thinking. And speaking of playing to win, let's talk about the Dallas Mavericks. Now, I was nervous about Dallas because Dallas last year, they get Kyrie and then they go on this little losing streak. But, man, what I saw in the fourth quarter from Luka Doncic last night was simply amazing. The guy was hitting step-back threes. He let the game come to him. All through the first through third quarters, against a great San Antonio Spurs team now, because Wembanyama is the real deal. I think Wemby is going to be a dog. Of course, like everybody say, he need to get some muscle on him. But the way that boy was shooting that ball yesterday as a 7-footer, man, is scary. It almost reminds you of a better KD almost, like, because he's 7'4" We know how big KD is, but I'm telling you right now, 7'4" with a stroke like that is ridiculous, man. Oh, speaking of my boy John, I appreciate you for, so you say you think Boston gonna be at the top of the East, and what about Jaylen Brown? Where was he yesterday, and did the money go to his head? Is he gonna disappear like Jordan Poole? John, be cool. I'm gonna touch on Boston in a second because I got a lot to say about that. Uh, I got you, my boy. But as far as with Dallas, I don't think they're gonna make too much noise in the Western Conference. They're gonna do enough to at least get in the play-in tournament. I just don't know if that team has enough to be dominant. And the only reason I say that is because as much as I love Luka Doncic, I feel like his game doesn't make other guys better. Luka can have a triple double, and I swear I feel like he had the ball in his hand the whole night. I don't know how he does it. Like, how do you have 13 assists, but I feel like you held the ball all night? You just dribble, 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 step back, slow step through, slow euro, layup. Luka to me is a very ball dominant person. Now you let Kyrie, kind of dictate the action in the first half, and as I mentioned, when it was fourth quarter time, I think everybody on the Mavericks knew to just get out of Luka way and let Luka be Luka Magic. And he did perform some magic last night. I do like that kid that they got, that center. Let me find his name here. It's like Derek. What was that kid's name? Derek Lively. That kid came to play. 16 points, 10 rebounds in your debut, 7 or 8 from the field. He had 1 block, 1 steal. Out of those 10 rebounds, I believe 5 of them was offensive rebounds. I mean, that kid came to play, and he made life tough on Wemby. I never knew about Derek Lively, but I know about you now, sir. You was out there hooping, bro, and I got to give it to you. Look, I don't got no time for people trying to offer me stuff. I appreciate you for watching. No, thank you. But but Derek Lively was out there hooping, man, and I think Dallas, if they can get that interior together, if Tim Hardaway can play like he played yesterday, I could see Dallas being a 6 or 7 seed. Actually, I could see him being 5 because I think Ja Morant, with him being suspended for 25 games, that's really gonna hurt the Grizzlies, especially not having Steven Adams. I think the Grizzlies are actually gonna go backwards this year. They're gonna be fighting for their life to get in that play in. But now, let me get to my boy John question. Let's talk about this Boston Celtics team because I noticed the same thing yesterday too. I was like, Jaylen Brown, where are you? He looked confused. He looked like, okay, I see Tatum out here going crazy. I see Porzingis out here going crazy. Where do I fit in this equation? I'm like, you need to find a way to fit in, considering the fact you just made $300 million and you just got that extension. You need to figure out something. 4 of 11 ain't going to cut it. 0 of 4 from the three-point line ain't going to cut it. I mean, what happened to you? Did your confidence get shaken? Are you rattled by the fact that there's now another all-star on this team? Because Porzingis came out there and went to work on his old squad. I think he looked at New York and was like, let me show y'all what y'all could have had along with Jalen Brunson. But, because Porzingis came out there to play. Him and Jason Tatum both went for 30-plus points. Kristaps Porzingis had 30 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks from your center, 5 of 9 from the three-point line, and 8 of 15 from the field. 8 of 15 is a great number if you know what I'm talking about. That's my B-Day. And then Jason Tatum, 13 of 22 from the field. Didn't shoot that good from the three-point line. He was 3 of 8, but he doing what superstars do. He makes the right plays. 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. If the 3 ball is not working for you, you do other things that help your team win. That's championship team ball. And I'm telling y'all right now, the way Boston look like they will be giving Milwaukee some competition because now they got Drew Holiday. I know they lost Marcus Smart. I know they lost Grant Williams and Robert Williams. But you bring in a Porzingis and you bring in a Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday was out there making life hell for Jalen Brunson. I'm telling you guys right now, Boston and Milwaukee is where the Bucks stop, no pun intended, in the Eastern Conference. I'm telling y'all right now, Philly, they don't know what's going on. James Harden is under investigation by the NBA right now. thinking he violated protocols by not attending practice and things like that. He's now away from the team for personal reasons. We know the debacle he's been going through with Philadelphia, saying that he wants to get traded and he only wants to get traded to the Clippers. First of all, you talking about the GM and calling him a liar? A guy who looked out for you. I'm going to talk to you right quick, James Harden. A guy who looked out for you in Houston, got you over there, gave you max money, became one of your greatest friends. When you wanted to leave Houston, he made sure you went to the team you wanted to go to. He sent you to Brooklyn to go play with KD and Kyrie. You then forced your way out of Brooklyn to go back to Daryl Morey, who's now the GM of the Philadelphia 76ers. He's happy to be reunited with you. He gives you money to come back to play with Philadelphia, and we find out that you're a fraud. Well, they found out you're a fraud. I've always knew you was a fraud. I saw what happened when you went against Golden State when you was with Houston and Chris Paul got injured. You were nowhere to be found. You're nowhere to be found when the moment gets too big for you. And now you're calling Daryl Morey a liar and now trying to force your way out of Philly, and you think he's going to send you to the Clippers? You got another thing coming. If I was him, I'd send your ass to Minnesota. You go be cold. Go enjoy the cold. I'll send your ass here to Chicago. They weak as hell anyway. That's what I would do. I'm not sending you to no contender. And we're going to talk about the Clippers in a second. And to answer my boy John's question, I do think that Boston is going to be right there in the thick of things. They're going to be one of the top dogs in the East. It's going to be Milwaukee, Boston, either way, because as I mentioned, I was watching this Milwaukee Philly game, and, Dame Dollar just has the ability to go nuclear. But I think for Milwaukee to make the next step, Giannis is going to have to become a perimeter guy. He's going to have to stop relying on just going to the hole and dunking on everybody. That's just not going to work every time. You're going to have to add some type of more things to your game, brother. But I think Boston right now might be probably one of the most complete teams in the East. Hope that answers your question, my boy. And then as far as Jordan Poole, I knew Jordan Poole. Look, he's going to have a couple of games where he's going to look spectacular. He's going to have a couple of games because he's going to have the ultimate green light. I mean, the guy got all his money. They're going to expect him to score the ball. But let's just be real. First of all, with or without Jordan Poole, Washington sucks. They're basura. And then with Jordan Poole, now you're talking about a guy who's just going to be taking the ball out of other people's hands. He's going to be trying to, think he's Steph. I don't know why Jordan Poole think he's Steph. He won that ring and start smelling himself. He got to understand sometimes he don't smell that good. And his mouth going to get him in trouble. You saw him mouthing off at the guy who got mad and frustrated when he didn't give him the ball when he shot that three-point. All I'm going to say is remember what happened with Draymond. Watch your mouth, boy. Watch your mouth. Something you can't say everything to everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. And my boy John Stupid talking about James Harden around the league scamming folks. He is. I'm gonna start calling James Harden the card cracker of the NBA. That's what he is. That boy is the card cracker of the NBA. Do not give James Harden your cash app because I promise you he gonna find a way to get some money out of it. Hey, gotta talk about before I get up out of here, man. I got to talk about another team that looked pretty scary to me, man. And that's going to be, actually, I'm not even going to say they look pretty scary. I'm scared for this team. I'm scared for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the reason I'm scared for the Cleveland Cavaliers, I have now dubbed them the new Utah Jazz of the East. They're going to be a very good team that makes it to the playoff and goes nowhere. I don't know what it is about Donovan Mitchell. I got love for Spider. Spider is a dog, but I start to question his motor sometimes as well. And it just seems that he's better suited to be a number 2 guy rather than be the guy that you want to be your number 1. Unfortunately, you're not. If Spider is the best player on your team, you're not going to win anything. And that's just the fact. It's not me being mean. In the words of my boy L.A. Knight, it's just the facts of life. And Cleveland had a tough going against Brooklyn. They were able to pull it out. But Cam Thompson gave that team the business. You want to talk about scary. That man had a scary performance. And I got love for Cam. And I think Cam Thomas is going to be one of them dogs that you're going to have to deal with for the next few years in the NBA. And the scary team that I was going to talk about was the Los Angeles Clippers. Because he's back. Everybody was talking about Westbrook, Russell Westbrook, all this good stuff. That man came out there and put a triple dub on them boys last night. Him, Kawhi, and Paul George looked very, very good in their season opener. I think the Western Conference is going to be tough. Sacramento looked good. Clippers look good. Even though the Lakers lost, I can tell that they're gonna look good because it's gonna be nice that AD is gonna decide when he feel like playing. It's so much going on right now in the NBA. As I said before, I'm gonna give you guys my predictions and then I'm gonna get up out of here. I got AD. I'm sorry. I got Steph winning MVP. I have I'm gonna say Drew Holiday is gonna win the Defensive Player of the Year. I'm gonna step out on the limb and keep it with the guards just because I think the help defense that Boston has and the way that he's gonna be able to take the opposing best wing player on these teams, I think Drew Holiday is gonna win Defensive Player of the Year. Um, Most Improved Player of the Year, I honestly think. Hmm, I'm going to go out on the limb and say who do I think is going to have a better year this year than they did last year? No. I think I'm going to answer that. I'm going to have to look at a couple more games first before I can answer the most improved player of the year. I think what Lauri Markkanen won it last year. Um, hmm, we going to talk about that one. We going to talk about that one. I think the honest to God truth, I think Denver goes back to back this year. I think Denver is going to win the championship. They are the most complete team in the NBA, and I just don't know what other team can compete with them. Maybe Boston can compete with them on the defensive side, but what I will say is whoever got to guard the Joker, he gonna get them boys hell. I've never seen anything like the Joker. This is crazy. It's really crazy how great this guy is. Um, there's a new in-season tournament that's going to be showing up this year. We'll talk about the rules as it gets closer. I know November 3rd is when the tournament starts. Each team is into different groups. Let me show you these groups. So we got in Group A, we got the Memphis Grizzlies, Phoenix Suns, the Los Angeles Lakers, Utah Jazz, the Portland Trailblazers. Group B, we have the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Pelicans, the Mavericks, and the Rockets. Group C in the West, we got the Kings, the Warriors, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, and the Spurs. In Group A in the East, we have the 76ers, the Cavaliers, the Atlanta Hawks, the Pacers, and the Pistons. Group B, we got the Bucks, the Knicks, the Heat, the Wizards, and the Hornets. And in Group C, we got the Celtics, Nets, Raptors, Bulls, and Magic. Basically, the tournament, from what I'm understanding, is going to kind of be played like a FIBA game, where you have to whoever has the most wins in their group are going to be the teams that advance on to the single elimination round, and it's going to be actually 83 games played this year because the in-tournament games are going to count towards the regular season, but the championship game, which I believe is going to be played on December 7th, is going to actually be a game that's not included with your final season record. So technically, by default, the NBA players are going to play, or some teams are going to play, or two teams are going to play at least 83 games this year. So that's going to be interesting. As I mentioned, we got Monday Night Football going on with the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buffalo Bills are trying to get back to their winning ways. Um, you know how I feel about Buffalo. I got love for Josh Allen. I got love for Gabe Davis. I got love for Stephon Diggs. But until the Buffalo Bills get a run game, they not winning a damn thing. I don't care how great your quarterback is, unless you're Patrick Mahomes, throwing 40 times a game is a recipe for disaster. You saw the statistic I told you about Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I had the Jaguars as my fourth best team right now in the NFL. If you can keep Trevor Lawrence under 40 attempts, he's gonna win the game because you're gonna get a balanced attack. Right now, the Buffalo Bills has no even semblance of a run game. They don't have anything of a run game right now, and we all know where the ball is going. It's either going to Stephon Diggs or Gabe Davis. I'm not an NFL coach, and I can tell you that information. So that's all I got to say about them. I still think right now it's going to come down to the Chiefs and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. If the 49ers can get healthy, their health depends on everything. You got to get C-Mac healthy. You definitely got to get Debo healthy. And you want your star-studded offensive lineman and Trent Williams healthy as well. So it's a lot going on. So I'm going to leave you guys with these two plays before I get up out of here. As I mentioned, Westbrook looked very scary last night with the Los Angeles Clippers. He looks like he's happy. He looks like he's ready, to perform again. I know I think they were going against the Portland Trail Blazers last night. But even so, going against this young team, I was looking at Russell Westbrook and the way he was out there dishing the ball. He only had 3 turnovers, man. The man had 13 assists. He gave you 5 rebounds. He gave you 11 points. The man was almost looking like triple dub Russ again. Hell, he even went 1 or 2 from the 3-point line last night. And then Kawhi Leonard, 5 or 5 from the 3-point line. Paul George, 4-7 from the 3-point line. Their guys came out to play. Even Robert Covington came out to play. He was 1 of 4 from the 3-point line. And I know my boy Norman Powell came out and gave you 2 3-pointers as well. And that boy Bones Highland is a dog. I hope they don't give up that young kid. That young kid can play the game. And when he comes off the bench, we're talking about instant offense. Don't sleep on the Clippers. I know it's a big if, but if Kawhi and if Paul George can stay healthy, this Clippers team will be scary, especially when Westbrook is doing things like this. Look at that. The man is on the fast break. Get to him behind the back, Bones. He's jamming. Go ahead, Russ. Beat on your chest and let him know you back, baby. That boy Russ is back. And I'm going to leave you with the dunk of the night from the uprising Sacramento Kings, who I think is going to be right there in the thick of things when it's all said and done, because the Kings are legit. Malik Monk coming in with the best dunk of the night. Look at this steal by De'Aaron Fox. He takes it down right behind the back. That's what you do. He cocked that thing back and let that boy have it. And that's how you deliver the boom. And ladies and gentlemen, that's my show, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in for the second episode of Rob's Two Cents during the week. Again, you can catch me Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m., depending on how late I get home from work. You know I do have a 9 to 5. I'm sorry, y'all. And come here to get the hottest sports conversation in the nation. And then tomorrow, I have a new show premiering with my brother Mike Hughes. It's called Mars. Welcome to Mars, the Mike and Rob show, where our basketball and football talk is going to be out of this world. Make sure y'all tune into that every Tuesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. All Tuesday will be actually going on at 8 p.m. because I still got to give you Rob's 2 cents first. And that's my show, ladies and gentlemen, man. I hope you guys have a great evening. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you have a great time watching your sports. Go to your favorite restaurant. Go to your favorite bar. Get you a drink and tune in, because I know I'll be watching. And maybe one day we'll all be somewhere in the stands watching the game together, man. I got nothing but love for y'all, man. Always remember to stay productive. And you already know the slogan, baby. We gone.
There's a bigger fight going on. There's a much bigger agenda than the streets. And I know sometimes it's hard to see that far in front of us, but we have to look past the illusions, look past the delusions of grandeur, and look at the bigger picture. We need to become better versions of ourselves each and every day. Fight for what you believe in. Because if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. We just getting started, baby. You guys know the slogan now. Hope you all have a great evening. And we go.